because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game and leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stopped.
Set. Hey, 24.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And this lines up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. Nick Chubb stops short. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proved futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now we've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping progress and allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Try one up deep, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but the crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Get a look to throw it here. And tight coverage there. It's not incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking 3rd down throws.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Drive about to get started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right, you get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But also having extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So that a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry with them for essentially 2 weeks.
2nd and 12. It's intercepted. But an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block. Because he made it. This week he got the Oski, maybe not touch. But boy, he's playing.
Yeah, he's a yard there at 2nd and 11. They run a Harris. Just down 23. Still a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a nice job taking their proper place and not lanes.
Well, good field position to start the drive for the guy here in 8. to throw. To this point of the season, to connect on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Convert on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
On the return from his end zone, got past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch while they're playing this one. You have to take care of business first.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On second down, Felton, and he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Watson. And he'll get this out to the 34-yard line. First catch there for OBJ, and that's good for a first. EA Sports. Some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage. You didn't even run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, either way, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Officially no gain, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Forced out to his left. And he bats it away. Ball down, incomplete.
They get a different look here defensively. Going. He's on his first 5 cuts. With a down coming up. Take advantage of the defense throws that.
There's a play on this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down. On 4th down is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And back deep, Gunnar Olszewski.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for the next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with first down now. Now we'll throw here to a running back. And he gets just shy of the 40 to mark down at the 39. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try him to put space as they did right there.
From up to the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koromoa, on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and he came 5 yards behind, and be frank about it. He's expecting at 5 yards on that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And they're using him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
This offense finding its legs. Here's another 1st and down. They hand this off to Harris. Shreds the forward. 12 that time to Pittsburgh first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me just a little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Pick it down, 1st down. Setting up the screen, Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way inside the 15 before they 23 yards, the final tally.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front to the runner. And now, not does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well. Pick up big yardage.
It's Najee Harris. Back play for the catch. Touchdown. Najee Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league. 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up their target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. 2nd-year quarterback.
And this will be a option not to return it. The Browns drive about to get started. Nothing from an offensive standpoint down 10 as they come up 1st and 10. Throw left line here is caught, but they'll roll it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't yet flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's gotten a Njoku, big tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out of the 27.
Oh, it's time to give the credit here to the defense. They played that very well because it was a direct route, and he ran a little shallower as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. Once he made the catch, nowhere in the field, gaining yardage.
And there is Mark Cooper, his 1st catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Against Watson. Has to be taken in by Felton. And we brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
the steal. Football as this is taken up past the 30. So they try to make a deep shot there, but his defense up to the task.
And a lot of times you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
And now throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, third down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Pickett. That ball caught by former Toledo Rocket Deontay Johnson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to tuck it over after picking up the first down.
Times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Never make the mistake of this line. A little here, they're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed. Catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 39, Pickett. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line.
Good throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll put him down after a payoff of 8, 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has height too, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it's a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was all defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So on third now, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first this one from 38. Boswell's kick is good. That will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the reception, Charles, and now they have 3 more with the field goal.
They're in control how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. We'll take the knee in the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here. The visiting Steelers out in front as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers lead will also be receiving the football to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had to check the things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in passing games, so probably establishing the run. They're on pace for 300 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure they get that going, truly control the ball game, and down the stretch, be able to be balanced. He could throw or run it and try and win this ball game.
And they get him down, but not before he gets it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. On to give, this is Harris. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard to the 42. In the first half, he held in check on the ground. Despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from the lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett throws the out route and finds Claypool. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled around his 43. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chain.
Into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score in the third quarter, they become defensive with their offense, not to lose. I think with this team, you can at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way the entire ball game. You change up some blocking assignments, a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Anyone who wants Najee Harris at Alabama knows the strength that this guy runs with. He's continuing on that path here at the next level.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to get as many yards as it did before time led the big push after the fact.
A short game, maybe a yard, 29. The next gen stat shows us the team how much yardage he was able to pick up at actual contact.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the play, here's Pickett. It's caught over. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 on top of this. A critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. This is Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers putting kickoff of the third quarter, drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return from the end zone this way. And he returns this to the 22. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll fake handoff. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. Took a shot on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team to get in the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's right.
And the way to get it Now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
York is up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after a touchdown a moment ago as they start with the first and 10. And they'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
They know that old expression, not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That's the same case on that play. Good up top. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that one when he flips on tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he throwing that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on the job training, so he's got the feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, turn into positives moving forward.
3 yards on the scramble there, second down.
Brandon, that one broke down. There were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so smartly got the yardage to get worry about trying to turn it into a big play and then taking a bigger loss. Here, hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Now a carry for Cobb. And he's met in his track behind the line of scrimmage. It'll cost a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Out of the gun, Watson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. J. Watt, his second sack night. Even
The back end for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's fourth offense. Terrific individual effort on defense.
Jorquez on to punt as he gets it away. .51 yards on there. And the Steelers go on offense here, first and 10. Their offense here about ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think you call the plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here, first and 10, just outside the 30. They'll try the right side. And 25 here, the 26-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 1 quarter remaining to wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down run got 5. Here's second and 5. They'll run again with Harris. And this time not a success. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. One blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that, that's what you're trying to get to the quarterback. QB, make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They really had a good drive going there, but not covered by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up, I think, for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, it's not the final nail. It's exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or not a kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the little things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a tall order this late in the game.
And that one will bounce out of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns about to get started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goals. We'll see if we can get a better, more sustained drive. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past the field almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll run on first down. Felton. He's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
On any explosive run, you almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had no coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be down here right around 23. Watson on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers force the turnover. Take over at their own 27. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side. Certainly is on the defense side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. For them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
You figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy. Right?
Where the football, taking the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up in this game.
It's met quickly in that field. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Second down, yes, a -4.
Now that's a nice play. Me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you get for the defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, breaking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
How can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Line of scrimmage, the 37, first and 10. They'll run with 52 yards rushing for him now to this point. But at this stage, that's exactly what offensive. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep the clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by section. Right now, he's looking at 4-minute offense section. What do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he'll get it enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pick up, and that's a first down. A tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe that side.
Partner, we've seen this way because coach we ever talk to says body language is important. Next thing you get their hands on their hips, hands on their knees, and the offensive guys are just saying, keep running it out, and we've got them now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They stay on the ground. Again, it's and some strong running there. He's down just shy of the 20 on the red zone. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on the offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be here, we're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, you can't score.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves into a manageable